Hi there, people, and welcome to summer. It's your friends here at CUTV coming at you with a brand new show that we're going to start shooting during the summertime. It's called Whatcha Think. As you saw in the open, it's going to be kind of a rotating cast. Today, we're going to start out with myself hosting, and alongside me is my West Virginia strawberry, Dylan Godet. Dylan, welcome to the set. It's a couple topics. You tell me what you think. I'll tell you what I think about them.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm sporting a little America look here today. I'm not sure if that's on the topics for today, but
yeah, and you can't really see your feet, but NASCAR slippers, power move, if anything. I mean, fantastic move. Cowboy hat, NASCAR sandals, American flag. It's a swimsuit, actually. It's a swimsuit. So I told you what I think about your outfit. Let's get into the actual topics. The first one, if you are a resident at Cal, if you go to Cal, you know of the Riverlot cats. You know, there's that bus stop in the Riverlot parking lot that just cats are just riddled.
Yeah, and that's one of the first things I found out about this campus was it was infested with cats, and just happened to be centrally located down at the Riverlot. And my first experience with them was actually my freshman year. I got dropped off over near the Riverlot there, and next thing you know, 5 cats running across me. And I asked my friends about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's a big deal. These Riverlot cats kind of have that Riverlot kind of shut down over there." Yeah,
it's unbelievable. It's throughout the whole campus, there's just feral cats running around. It's become a problem with President Jones. There was signs that she wanted to get rid of them, and then came the pets not pests, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and if it's getting to the president of the university, you know it's a big deal, and it is. I know living near Guzman and Hawley over there, people feed the cat through the windows, and that might be part of the problem.
I think it's part of the problem.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you get them over near the residence halls. I mean, people start bringing them inside the residence halls, which we know is a no-go. So,
no go on the Riverlot cats. No go on the Riverlot cats in the dorms. They're not dorm cats. They're Riverlot cats.
Exactly right.
And feeding them. I was driving and I saw a raccoon in the bus stop. In the bus stop, the raccoon was taking over the bus stop, and at Guzman as well. Outside my window, I have a straight shot at Guzman. There was a raccoon in there eating the cat food. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it brings it. You know what? They may not be pests, but they bring the pests.
Yeah, especially when you get raccoons around here, you know that's a no-go, especially that close to Natali, where all the food is at.
Yeah.
Just bad news.
Unbelievable. What was I going to say? They have like condos built for those cats. I want these cats to start paying tuition.
I think they might have to. I mean, at least pay for some housing down there.
Yeah, come on, like cats, like cough up some cash. You know what I'm saying? They have like houses built. It's good, but they are feral, and I think they're a no-go. That's what I think about them.
I agree. I'm not a fan of the Riverlot cats. I like cats, but feral cats around a college campus, no-go for me.
No-go. So Riverlot cats, no-go. Next up is a movie series, I guess. Air Bud. I don't know if you were a fan of them.
I was a fan. I mean, sports guy growing up, Air Bud, dog guy. That made me love golden retrievers. How could you not watching Air Bud? Yeah. But it got a bit ridiculous in the later seasons.
I completely agree. I'm a dog guy through and through. I mean, you just saw the rant on the cats. I'm a dog guy through and through. I'm a sports guy through and through. But those two things, I don't think they should be coming together.
Yeah, especially I don't know. It kind of made you think if you ever got a dog, if it ever could get the skill to play in the game, and it's more talented than most guys or girls I know that play sports was Air Bud. But then 14 total movies, 14 it got a bit ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You got 5 with the just regular Air Bud, and then 7 Air Buddies. I'm not sure if I've ever seen an Air Buddies movie.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it. I think I just saw the originals. This is the real kicker that gets me. For example, Chris Boswell, Steelers kicker. He hits a 60-yard field goal, instantly gets tested for PEDs. This dog is playing basketball. This dog is playing soccer. This dog is playing football. And not once did they test that dog for PEDs. Unacceptable.
Yeah, especially it's just dominating on all levels of the sports
All
world.
levels.
I mean, you think that'd be the first thing to get drug tested,
Yeah.
Especially if you see a dog, outperforming male athletes that have trained their whole lives. Something fishy is definitely going on
There's
there.
something fishy there, and this is something people kind of overlook with things. Say you're a kid, you're a child, you want to play basketball for your team and with your friends, and then a dog starts over you. Imagine what your parents are going to think about that.
And then the confidence for that kid, man,
Down the drain.
Down on the team by my friend's dog. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a low point in your life.
Kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Kind of selfish.
A bit selfish.
When you have a basketball, football, I don't know, was there a baseball one? I think across the board there was.
I think there were 5 main sports, so I think they did soccer, football, basketball, baseball.
Yes. So either way, don't be selfish when you have a dog like that. And I guess when I say selfish, I mean that dog's gonna start over Nigel, the math geek, that wants to play basketball, which is sad. All the Nigels that are good at math need to play some sports, but that dog, that's selfish. You're taking the sport away from the kid.
What kind of test scores does this dog have? What kind of grades, what kind of GPA can
What
it
is this?
maintain?
Yeah, these are the questions that aren't being asked with this Air Bud movies. I think it's a bit ridiculous. If you have a sport-loving dog, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, especially that's backyard stuff. No need to
Backyard
take
stuff.
it to the field. No
Yeah, and then I don't know if this guy if this dog gets professional. I don't know. I think it's a bit absurd. Air Bud, mark that down. Absurd. Dylan, what do you think?
I think it's absurd as well. I love dogs. Nothing against dogs. Nothing against golden retrievers.
Of course
I loved
not.
it.
Of course
But
not.
the thing I have against it is just exactly what you're saying. No transparency there. We don't know its GPA. We don't know if it's getting tested for pH.
Is it even going to school?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
another thing. Dogs can't go to school. Absurd. Mark down. Absurd. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is PlayStation. Evolved through the years. Right now, I'm an Xbox guy. I'm an Xbox guy, but I was a PlayStation guy. I'm not gonna lie about that. I had the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I think is when I sold it and got Xbox 360. I love the Xbox, but I know you're a PlayStation guy too.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 and 3. I actually have had every single
Yeah.
console. PlayStation 1,
Exactly.
the original PlayStation 2, 3, and then the PlayStation 4. So yeah.
Yeah, I think this could be more of like a debate rather than you telling me what you think, but
Which console's better? I would have to
Yeah.
say, from what we're playing now in the studio there,
Yep.
playing a little PlayStation 2 action.
Yeah.
It's a very underrated. I think they need to
Super
bring
underrated.
it back, a remastered PlayStation
Yeah.
2 or something, because that thing is awesome to play on, and we've been playing a couple games ourselves.
I completely agree. I'm a big Star Wars guy too. Playing Battlefront 1 and 2. I recently came across thinking that the first Battlefront, the original Battlefront, better than the second. Bold statement. I'm sure that's going to come up on What You Think later in the days. But back to the PlayStation, I agree. PlayStation 2, it's a tough one with the 4. I can't really have a say.
Of course,
I
the
haven't
graphics
played
are better with the 4, but
Of
it's
course.
just gameplay. PlayStation 2, I think, just blows it out of the park.
The quality of experience you have with it. I remember, there's just so many fantastic games. A lot of the Grand Theft Autos were made big with the PlayStation 2. A lot of the sports games, there was the NCAAs. I think that is what knocks the game out of the park with the PlayStation.
Yeah, because they can't have NCAA games anymore. And then you go back and you have NCAA baseball, you have the basketball, the football.
The March Madness games.
Yeah, exactly.
The March Madness games.
And then, of course, as you can tell, am a NASCAR guy.
Of course.
And then we're going back and playing the NASCAR. We're playing NASCAR 2002.
Yeah.
And it's better than the one they just came out with last year.
Right.
It's just incredible.
And big non-NASCAR guy. I'll tell you that. But we did play anti-NASCAR. Again, probably What You Think topic in the future. But we played. I beat him first place. First try, first place. Dylan was also racing as a UPS truck. I know
the cheat codes back
it's
when
a cheat code.
They don't even have the cheat codes nowadays. And in fact, PlayStation 2, I was driving with a UPS truck and it actually drove like a UPS truck would.
Yeah,
incredible.
PlayStation, great system. But what I was saying, first place, first try, no big deal. we played the NASCAR games, and just getting a feel for it, there was a lot of things that you were mentioning, that the small details, I think that's what separates a good game from a great game, is those small little details. And there was some on the games, those NASCAR games that you were playing, right?
Yeah, the crash damage, you were flipping in the cars. In the new games, it just doesn't happen like that. And the graphics are better in the newer games, of course, but just the gameplay and the physics behind it, a lot better there with the PlayStation 2.
I couldn't agree more. I think the PlayStation 2 just kind of gave you an overall better gaming experience. The graphics, they were probably fantastic when we were 10 years old.
For sure.
You know,
graphics, I mean, even going back to 2002, you wouldn't believe that was came out in 2001 at all. There with the NASCAR game, the graphics were unbelievable for that time.
So PlayStation, mark that down. PS2, the belle of the ball.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. PlayStation 2, way better. And I honestly put PlayStation 3 right behind it, and then PlayStation 1, and then PlayStation 4 there at the bottom.
Yeah, I think me and Gary and I were texting, and I asked him about it, and he said his order was probably PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 at the caboose. They were the last ones. So PlayStation, great system. PlayStation 2, great system. Fast and the Furious is our next thing. This is where I'm going to get heated. Dylan, I know. Are you a fan?
See, we might disagree here. I am a fan of the Fast and Furious series. This is the one thing.
You're a NASCAR guy. How can you be a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies?
I just think that the last three topics have been the longer into a series, or longer in the PlayStation, the Airbud series, the worse they get. See, for Fast and the Furious, I continue to think that they keep making solid movies. If they're able to keep the storyline going, I think they could, and then especially with all the jokes people are saying, 10 movies in, time to quit, too many movies.
It is.
I say troll them, keep on going, let's go to 50.
And you know what's unbelievable? I can't stand the Fast and Furious movies. It's typical Hollywood, big explosions, fast. There's not even racing in it anymore. It's like the big cars, it's completely unbelievable. It reminds me of the Expendable movies, big explosions, big names. Makes you $500 million in the box office, and that's exactly what Fast and the Furious did. So yeah, in that aspect, it's a moneymaker. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm just not a fan of them.
Yeah, and the last couple have been very unrealistic. My personal favorite is Tokyo Drift. That's a great movie.
That's a good one.
Great driving. That's a great racing. Yeah. That's really what brought me into liking it. And then also they come around my birthday, so I'm a little biased because I always go there for my birthday to go see
Horrible birthday present. Going to see Fast and the Furious
movies. The last one was pretty good. It was a little fake there parts. There's a part that was a little tidbit here. It was almost like a zombie part of the movie where the cars just started acting like zombies, and that was really weird for me. I didn't like that part.
Let's get this. In one of the very first trailers, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you may know him, he picks up a torpedo off the ground. I don't know what he did with said torpedo. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what he does with said torpedo, but all I know, he picks one off that's flying across a sheet of ice, I believe.
Yeah, that's what happens in the movie, and I'm not going to spoil it for you here, but it's a great part. It's very unrealistic. Who's going to pick up a torpedo? If anyone could, The Rock can, because he's The Rock.
I don't think anyone
can. He just can do mythical things.
I don't think
like
Gary's
a statue right here.
Gary's over there shaking his head. The Rock can do whatever he wants, but can't pick up a torpedo. I'm going to say that one right now.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible, Steve.
I don't know. Fast and the Furious, mark this one down. Fast and the Furious stinks.
I have to disagree. I'm a personal fan. I hope they go to 50. I hope they end it at 50.
That's fair. That's fair. Everyone has their own opinions. They're going to be, either way, they're going to just make more and more money.
Fast 50, it just has a nice ring to it.
It does. Let's just skip to 50. Let's be honest. All right, this is a huge debate in the food world. Pineapple on pizza. Dylan, what you think about that?
I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of just pineapple on a pizza, a little bacon and pineapple. That's what I'm a person. Actually, I just had this Thursday.
Classic Hawaiian. Do you like classic Hawaiian?
Classic Hawaiian, yes. I'd have to go with that, or even just pineapple and bacon. I mean, I'm
never
had
it. I'm going to say this right now, Dylan. 2 in a row things that we're going to be disagreeing on. I don't think pineapple deserves to be on pizza. I don't think
it's the Hawaiian culture there. I don't know.
I don't believe so.
I just think it's a nice sweet taste to it.
I don't want sweet.
I like it.
I don't want sweet. I want spicy. I want some. I want pepperoni. I want some banana peppers.
They're a little sweet too. I mean,
they have that sweet and spicy factor. They give you a little tickle, and then boom, they give you the right hook.
There's only certain types of pizza. I think you gotta have a thin crust there with the pineapple.
Okay.
I don't like a big crust.
Right.
You know.
It makes sense.
No Chicago style with pineapple, of course. A little thin crust, and I think you're golden with the pineapple taste.
Chicago style. Get out of here with the pineapple on your pizza. I think any pizza. No pineapple should be on a pizza. That's my thing.
I'm just a pizza guy. I don't like any type of pizza.
I don't see. This is where we disagree. I don't think a pizza guy likes pineapple on his pizza. If you're a pizza guy, you don't get pineapple on your pizza.
I have one friend that the only kind of pizza he will eat is pineapple.
Wow.
I think that's why people have such a hard feeling for it, because people that don't like any other kind of pizza will have pineapple pizza, like Hawaiian pizza, and then they're good. And I think that just gets to people, you know?
Yeah, I think it does. You know, pineapple just getting under my skin. It's getting under my skin. And you know what the thing is? Gordon Ramsay, you know, might have heard of him. Great chef. About 10 TV shows. Fantastic chef. He's on everyone's airways. Fantastic chef. Said pineapple does not belong on pizza. I think that's where we're gonna end it right there.
If he said it, yeah, I mean that's just a mic drop right
there.
there.
Yeah, that's a mic drop.
Yeah, I think
that's
can't
a mic
beat
drop.
that.
And it's not a win-lose argument. And people are gonna still get pineapple on their pizza. So for me, mark pineapple on pizza down. Mark that down. No go.
I have to agree. Well, I'm a fan, but your statement, I just can't top Gordon Ramsay saying no go on the pineapple on the pizza. So
mark it down. No go. Mark it down. All right, so just dwindling down to the waning topics. Male rompers. They're in social media. They're everywhere right now, and
just in the past week, it's blown up.
Yeah,
you know, just in the past week, it's crazy how fast things like that happen.
You know, I don't know about this one. You know, it's me, a guy. I mean, I don't really care what I look like what I wear. I mean, right now we're prime examples of we really don't care what we're dressed as
at all.
But with my physique, I think your physique can get away with it. I think.
See, I have to disagree with that. I think because Cam Newton started the trend. You know, Cam Newton started the dab. He started a lot of trends.
I don't think Cam Newton started the dab. He made it big. Okay, yeah, make it big. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Cam Newton makes things mainstream. It's just what he does. You know, the fedoras and all that. But you know, I think. Like a muscular type person like Cam Newton, that's the only person that can pull off a man romper. I'm too skinny. It won't be tight against my legs. You know, it just look weird.
You know, I heard this comment with just about rompers in general. They're like flowy in the wrong area. They're tight in the wrong areas. I don't know. It's just, you know, a guy with a physique like myself. I'm short, you know, a little on the husky side. I'd look like a big baby wearing one of those things. You know, I think I'd look like the New Year's baby.
If I put on, I look like a skinny tree trying to put on some clothes, it just look weird. You know, I'm more of a fan of a traditional cargo shorts there.
You know,
shirt. You know, I don't put them together with the same.
Right.
Like imagine you wearing this Hawaiian top with a
Hawaiian bottom.
Yeah, that's just.
Essentially, it's a onesie.
Yeah.
You know, it's a onesie with.
It's a grown man onesie.
It's a grown man onesie. You know, pow, shorts, take those off the onesie. Pow, sleeves, take those off the onesie. It's a romper. You know, they go together. It's essentially a onesie. So mark it down. Male rompers, no go. Take it out of the question. You know, send it to mom back home. Out of the question. All right, last two NBA playoffs. What you think about them?
They're honestly this season. I'm a fan of basketball, but I can't tell you I've watched a complete game yet in the NBA playoffs. Just you know who's it's going to be. You know it's going to be the Celtics. You know it's going to be the Cavaliers. Sorry, definitely not the Celtics. It's going to be Cavaliers versus the Warriors. And the Cavs last night just lost their first game in the playoffs. The Warriors are still undefeated. So, and last night I have to say it might have been a little rigged. You know, LeBron James, greatest player on earth, only 11 points. Trying to mix it up a little bit, but still, the two best teams in the world right now, by a long shot, are the Warriors and the Cavaliers.
And you know, and my big thing is, I think they're so boring. You know, usually, you know, I think the NBA in general is boring, but when playoffs come around, I'll start watching because I don't know, there's always that certain spark, I guess, that's in playoff sports. But this year, it's like, how can you let two teams before the Cavs lost go undefeated in 2+ rounds? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
You know, they say things are going to change. You know, Boston, they got that first seed, that number 1 seed, and, you know, they got embarrassed by the Cavs the first two games.
Yeah, 40-point win.
Yeah.
The second game, too, and then they go to the Cavaliers and beat them somehow.
Uninteresting.
Without their best player there in Isaiah Thomas.
Uninteresting.
So, yeah, it's really not. And
boring.
The Warriors, you know, especially since the Spurs will have some injuries now, you know, with the loaded roster that they have, it's just.
Yep.
And you're a fan of hockey, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of hockey, but I can tell you from the hockey games I've watched this season, it's just way more entertaining.
Like,
just, you know,
put this in perspective. NHL playoffs, the Capitals, the Blackhawks swept first round. Swept. Capitals, President's Trophy winner, might have heard of them. Knocked out of the second round by the Pittsburgh Penguins, who probably had, I think, the third best odds going into this. But they're playing the Capitals. Capitals had the top, they were the top cheese in the playoffs, and they lost the second round. Interesting, exciting playoffs.
And I think it's bad for NBA. They're saying it's not that bad with two top teams running the show, but I think it is bad. And there's just, with a story, you know, you have to have some excitement in it. Not really, and it's just what do you get excited about when a team's going out there beating a team by 30 consistently, like we've seen?
You know what? I'll give the playoffs this. The final is going to be something special. I think so. What was it? The final last year was it Cavs and Warriors?
They came back from 3-1 deficit. You know,
that's right.
Single tweet that is posted on Twitter, there's a
that slipped my
comment
mind.
that said Warriors blew a 3-1 lead.
Right, that slipped my mind, and that was one of the things that scared me in the NHL playoffs. The Penguins were up on a 3-1 lead with the Capitals. I went to Game 7. I didn't want
3-1. I mean,
yeah,
the Cubs came back down 3-1 as well. So.
Dude, hey, I didn't want it to happen to the beloved Penguins. I didn't want them to become the new meme. NBA playoffs, mark that down. Boring, uninteresting.
Definitely, I have to go. That's coming from a basketball fan, huge basketball fan. College basketball is probably my favorite thing to watch, and NBA just, it's not my favorite anymore.
I'm with you. I mean, I used to watch the playoffs for the NBA. Not anymore, Jack. All right, final one. This is a strange one. What you think about hot dogs? And when I say it like that, you may think it's like a pretty a cute statement. Hot dogs, are they a sandwich or not? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. What you think about it.
Well, I have a question here. No matter what you think about the hot dog, what do you think a hoagie is? Is a hoagie considered to you a sandwich?
Yes, it's. I saw this chart. I'll have to. We're gonna tweet it out or put it on Facebook. It's a picture. It's the sandwich chart. It goes like different like categories of sandwiches. You have like the traditional, and then you have like interesting, and that's where the hot dog and the hoagie fell in. It's like traditional hoagie, and then there's another category, but meat and bread.
Yep.
That's what it is.
I actually looked up the definition. It says 2 pieces of bread. See, with the hot dog there, it's 2 pieces of bread, and they're kind of put together, there at the end.
But then you think about this. If you consider a hoagie a sandwich,
then you have to consider a hot dog.
Because the connected piece of bread and with the meat in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. And the way I look at it is, you get a meatball hoagie.
Yeah.
And then the only difference is you just stick 1 piece of meat in there. You have 1 piece of meat there in a meatball hoagie.
Yeah.
And then you put in a singular hot dog. No matter what you put on, I think it's a hot dog with bun. With a bun, I think that's a sandwich. I mean, I have to agree. The letter of the law says 2 pieces of bread, but I think it's 2 pieces of bread. They just weirdly make bun of the hot dog, and where it looks like just 1 piece of bread.
It just looks like 1 piece of bread, and that's a hoagie. We live in 2017, people.
Yeah.
Stop being so close-minded about the sandwich game. Hot dog is constantly switching up the sandwich game.
If you own a sandwich shop, I think you have to sell.
I agree. That is a fair statement. And countless menus you've seen sandwich sections with a hot dog on it, because where do you put a hot dog if it's not a sandwich?
And I wonder,
it's a hot dog section.
If it's really like a regional thing. I wonder if the Northeast thinks it's not, and then the Southeast and all across parts of the country think it is and think it isn't. I mean,
possibly.
That's something we could.
This is something that we could go. Something that goes so deep like that we somehow uncover some crazy secret about hot dogs.
We might have to even try to get a hold of Gordon Ramsay or Guy Fieri, one of the top guys.
Yeah, one of the top dogs. I think they might have the answer. Dylan, it's been a pleasure. Look out for more episodes of What'd you think? I think this went extremely well. It's been fantastic. Happy summer, beautiful day. Two great guys. Thanks to the crew. Just keep a lookout. Thanks for watching What'd You Think. I'm Stephen Ruffing, and for Dylan Goday, have a fantastic day, everyone.